My name is Greg Dalton. I'm the guitarist and music director at Legends in Concert Theater in Myrtle Beach, and I'm here today to talk to you about Haywire custom guitars. When I got the job at Legends, I needed a guitar that would make a really large variety of sounds, anything from rock to country to jazz, with artists as diverse as Michael Jackson, Johnny Cash, Aerosmith, Justin Timberlake, Frank Sinatra, and Elvis Presley. Let's talk about what a custom guitar is and why you would want one. When you traditionally go shopping for a guitar, you go to a music store and you play everything they have on the wall, and you find elements of some that you like more than others. It could be the neck on that guitar, it could be the pickups on that guitar, the way that one has a switching system, anything. Well, when you get a custom guitar, you can take all of the various elements of those guitars that you liked and pack them into one instrument that's made for you and plays exactly like you want it to. As far as my guitar is concerned, I needed elements of a Les Paul, a Telecaster, and a Stratocaster all rolled into one. It was really going to be the only way I was going to be able to get the sounds I needed for the show. In addition, I'm really hard on nickel frets. I tear them up really fast. So we swapped those out for Dunlop stainless steels. They'll last longer than I do. I like a real fat, round profile to the neck, like a 1959 Gibson Les Paul. But I think those guitars are a little skinny up the fingerboard for my hands. So we had it designed with a wider nut. It's 1 3/4 inch here. It's wider than you can really buy over the counter anywhere, as far as I've found. On the controls, I needed more space between the volume knob and the neck pickup than you traditionally get with a Stratocaster. So we designed a custom cavity that moved the entire thing down a little bit. And I use a Gibson pickup selector, just because I played Les Pauls for a long time and it's the most comfortable thing for me. I use Seymour Duncan humbucking pickups, but I have them coil split with a switch on the surface of the guitar so I can get to it really fast. And that allows me to access Telecaster style tones really quickly. I like Strat bodies. I think they look cool. I think they're more comfortable to stand with for a long time, but I wanted something a little lighter. So we found a nice lightweight piece of Empress. It weighs about 3.5 pounds, and it's a lot lighter than a normal Stratocaster is. Last but not least, I needed to have a guitar that I could tune at the beginning of the show that would stay that way through the entire show. I wouldn't have to think about it. So we put a Floyd Rose locking tremolo on the guitar. I put the strings on, I tune them up, I lock them down, and I pretty much don't think about it again. My guitar has a little bit of a difference than a normal Floyd Rose you would expect, in that I don't have a cavity back here. I can't pull back on it. And this allows me to not worry about breaking strings and the whole guitar going out of tune on the fly. Earlier we talked about how some of the sounds that I need out of an instrument are largely in the Les Paul, Stratocaster, Telecaster kind of family. I want to talk to you right now a little bit about how I can access a lot of those different tones right on the guitar without having to do a lot of pedal tap dancing or preset changes in an amp or anything like that. Mostly just because I don't have time for that, but also it's one less thing to think about. What I was just playing right there is what I think of as the fat Les Paul sound. It's a humbucking bridge pickup. It's a Seymour Duncan JB just through a cranked up amp. Real chunky and bottom heavy. But without really changing a whole lot, I can go all the way from that to like a modern country sort of a sound. I think of like a Telecaster cranked way up. And with one minor alteration, just switching to the neck pickup, a little bit more of the top end of the tone control, I get what I think of as a Hendrixy rhythm tone, more of a Little Wing kind of sound. And beyond that, there are unimaginable variations of the tones that I can make with just simply manipulating the volume and the tone controls. On the modern country tone, if I back the volume up just a little bit and turn the treble knob down, I get more of a vintage kind of, I think, Johnny Cash tone when I think of this. And a lot of anything in between there. I can get more of a 60s kind of an R&B thing. You know, and almost any other sound I can think of, I've got access to almost exactly that right on the surface of the guitar. So now I would like to talk to you a little bit about what it was like to work with Haywire custom guitars on building the instrument that I had built. It was a very collaborative process. From start to finish, I would throw up ideas, he would throw up ideas, we would both kind of talk it out and figure out what we thought would work the best. If I came up with something that I wanted to do that he had a better idea for how to do it, he would suggest it, we would do it, and it ended up working out really, really well. And Rick is a real just fun guy to hang out with and talk to about guitars for a while. He knows everything there is to know about him. And what he does is take the idea that you have in your head and turn it into a piece of wood and metal that makes the music you want.